January is a time when people make New Year's resolutions. They have a desire for change, a desire for a new start, a desire for things to be different. Unfortunately, in a society which has increasingly devalued marriage and seen marriage as something disposable, people have sometimes come to the conclusion that the best way to get a new start is to file for divorce. Often January is the month with the highest divorce rate simply because people see this as a way of making a brand new start in life. They want to, as they see it, regain their freedom and perhaps enter into a new relationship in the hope that their lives will change, things will change, and they'll be happier people. The purpose of me making this little video is simply to appeal to you, to encourage you, if you're in that sort of position or if you're thinking that way, to think again. You might say, well, you know, I've been down this road so many times before, there's so much pressure, I don't see things changing, and I think it's time to end my relationship. What would you advise me to do otherwise? Well, there's a number of things that I would say to you. I think first of all, if that's the way that you're feeling, and if things are as bad as you think they are, or as you say they are, the first thing I think you should do is to take some time out to reflect. Just to reflect on where you've got to, reflect on how things have got to where they are, reflect on the good times in your marriage, and also to reflect on what the future will really hold. Sometimes people think that ending a relationship is going to result in happiness, but often the reverse is true. It simply leads to more pain and more difficulty in the future. The second thing that I would encourage you to do is to revisit your vows. The vows that you made with your spouse were made in the eyes of people and also in the presence of God. They were serious, they were for life. When you made those vows, you made your promise to your spouse to be with him or to be with her in sickness and in health, through the good times and through the bad times. Who's to know, but this is just a season which, if you will persevere, you will find that your marriage becomes enriched and the relationship becomes deeper. The third thing I'd encourage you to do is to rediscover God's power and to pursue your relationship with Him. Sometimes when we hit difficulties in life, and perhaps especially when we hit difficulties in our marriages, we forget that God is powerful enough to change the situation. He's powerful enough to turn things around. And I would want to encourage you, if you're in that position where you're thinking of divorce, to turn your eyes to Jesus again, to the one who turned water into wine at the marriage in Cana. Turn your eyes to Him again and believe that He can turn the water in your marriage into wine, into something that's refreshing and satisfying. So I hope that what I've said today is helpful to you, and I really do pray that you will find not only faith, but the courage to step back from the edge and to say, God, would you help us in our marriage, that you would find the courage to give your marriage a second chance and to give God another chance to work in you and your spouse.